Untuk population growth curve yang kedua, kita ada logistic growth curve ataupun nama lain dia adalah sigmoid growth curve. But for your safety, please don't use sigmoid growth curve as your answer in exam. Please use the current terms, okay, which is logistic growth curve. So untuk logistic growth curve, kita nak fokus kepada paramecium species. Well, actually kita ada two types of paramecium species that we want to focus more. Later on kita akan tengok, okay? Okay, kita tengok dulu what are the phases that exist in logistic growth curve. If before this, for exponential growth curve, we have two phases only, lap phase and exponential phase. But for logistic growth curve, we have four phases. The first one, lap phase. The second one, exponential phase. The third one is deceleration or decelerating phase. And the last one is stationary phase, okay? You need to be able to differentiate the growth rate for each phase. Okay, let's say kita tengok lap phase. Lap phase dia naik slowly. Tapi bila exponential, dia naik sangat drastic. Okay. But for the decelerating phase, they still increase. But increase yang sedikit. Okay. Walaupun nama phases tu decelerating atau deceleration phase, tapi kita merujuk decelerating tu sebagai growth rate lah. Okay. So bila kita refer decelerating tu as the growth rate, so kita boleh nampak fasa ni dia punya growth rate lagi sedikit compared to the exponential growth. So itu maksud decelerating atau deceleration phase, bukan refer kepada shape dia sangat lah. Okay. And then stationary phase, so population tu become stable. Okay, the logistic growth curve show the effect of environmental resistance or limiting factors. Okay, untuk curve yang logistik ni, kenapa dia bentuk S? Disebabkan ada environmental resistance. Kalau before this graph sebelum ni, which is exponential growth curve, kenapa dia bentuk J sentiasa naik ke atas? Disebabkan no environmental resistance. But for logistic growth curve, yes, we have environmental resistance. Okay, that will limit the population growth atau population size. And then the second point, when the population reach carrying capacity of the ecosystem, it is represented by stationary phase. So stationary phase ni, ini represent dia punya carrying capacity lah. Itu je yang environment ataupun habitat tu boleh support berapa banyak orang. Okay. Kalau dia over ataupun exceed dia punya carrying capacity, dia akan menyebabkan population size tu decrease. Okay. So kalau dia betul je just below the carrying capacity, dia akan menyebabkan population size stable. And then untuk logistik kita ada 4 phases. Okay, let's have a look for each phase of logistic growth curve. The first one we call as a lap phase. So the description is that reproduction or growth rate is low. So masa tu dia masih rendah lagi. So graph dia low sahajalah di situ. The organism are adapting or introduced into new environment. Okay. And then number of individual is very low. Ataupun number of mature individual is low. And then no limiting factors means that for lap phase, tidak ada environmental resistance. Banyak natural resources. We have plenty of food, plenty of water, plenty of space and so on. And then no waste accumulation. Okay. So tidak ada lagi disease yang disebabkan oleh toxic waste. Ni baru permulaan lah sebab individu pun tak banyak waktu lap phase. Okay, starting for the second phase which is log ataupun exponential phase, what happen at this time, reproduction or growth rate is rapid or exponential. So kalau kita lukis tadi, yang ni lag phase, and then starting from that kita terus meningkat, yang ni log phase. Okay. atau exponential phase. So untuk exponential phase disebabkan growth rate dia meningkat, so kita boleh cakap natality rate is higher than mortality rate. Kadar kelahiran lebih banyak daripada kadar kematian. And then number of organism increase rapidly, and then the population is near to the biotic potential, means that each individual has maximum reproductive capacity, and then no or low limiting factor. So waktu ni still banyak lagi environmental resources, means that no environmental resistance, and then has sufficient food supply, water and availability of space, and then no accumulation of toxic waste. So no disease due to toxic waste. Okay, next, starting daripada the third phase, which is decelerating or deceleration phase, waktu ni growth rate slow down. So kalau kita lukis balik gambar graph tu, dia start dengan slow, and then dia increase exponentially, and then dia decrease a little bit. So kita dekat fasa yang ketiga ni lah, the blue one, decelerating phase. Okay, so what happened, the growth is limited by internal factor and external factor such as limited food supply, water, limited space, overcrowding and competition. Okay, so waktu ni apa yang berlaku bila individu dah semakin banyak, menyebabkan resources akan berkurang. Okay, sebab digunakanlah oleh organism ataupun individu. And then bila dah banyak individu, resources dah berkurang, food supply dah berkurang, water supply dah berkurang, space juga jadi kecil. Okay, so dah tak banyak space lah sebab lebih banyak individu pada satu-satu tempat, menyebabkan space antara satu individu dengan satu individu semakin kecil. And then waktu ni dah ada more accumulation of toxic waste. Okay, so bila ada accumulation of toxic waste, adalah disease ataupun health problem yang arise from this toxic waste. Okay, kenapa boleh ada accumulation of toxic waste ni? Sebab kita refer graph ni kepada paramecium species. Okay, which we know that paramecium species yang kita, bukan yang free living. Okay, ini yang kita refer pada yang kita culture inside lab. So kalau kita culturekan dia inside lab, diorang ni, paramecium species ni doesn't have mechanism, okay, untuk handle dia punya accumulation of toxic waste. So daripada situlah datangnya disease and health problem. Okay, that's why kita kata, that's why kita refer untuk graph ni adalah paramecium species yang kita culture inside lab. Okay, bukan free living lah. Sebab kalau free living, dia ada interaction lagi dengan another organism or abiotic component, menyebabkan accumulation of toxic waste tu mungkin boleh di handle dengan baik. And then environmental resistance limit the population growth as the population approaching the carrying capacity. So waktu ni dah banyak environmental resistance, okay, yang kita sebut dekat atas ni, limited ... Okay, so carrying capacity dia dah nak mencapai macam ni lah. Begitu. So carrying capacity. So kita baru the third phase. So waktu ni mortality is higher than natality. Kadar kematian lebih banyak daripada kadar kelahiran. Okay, moving on to the last phase under logistic growth curve, which is stationary phase. So in this phase, natality rate is equal to mortality. Okay, kadar kelahiran sama dengan kadar kematian. Kalau satu individu yang lahir, satu individu mati. So sebenarnya tidak ada pertambahan atau pengurangan lah population size. Okay, and then description, overall growth of individual stop. Maximum size of population is achieved. Itu paling maximum for that habitat. And then population achieve stable size, and then birth rate is equal to death rate. Ni kalau individu. But if we refer to cell inside individual, cell division is equal to cell mortality. Means that cell is still dividing but at a rate that only replacing the cells that have died. Maksudnya sel yang membahagi tu dia just membahagi tapi hanya untuk menggantikan sel yang dah mati. So apa-apa yang divide tapi just untuk replace the old or the dead cell, actually it won't increase or decrease the population size. And then we will say that this population reach maturity or reach carrying capacity. So no more growth or net growth is 0. Okay, so dia menjadi stable. So boleh tak kita nak increase, kita nak overcome problem ni? Actually boleh, kita boleh increase carrying capacity by providing more food, more nutrients, more water and more space. Okay, so kita boleh increase carrying capacity. Okay, that's all for logistic growth curve.